Newsday continues here on One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. The Transportation Department has approved the fare hike for the LRT-1 and the LRT-2, but this adjustment will not yet take effect. 2 pesos and 29 centavos will be added to the boarding fee, while the per kilometer distance fee will be increasing by 21 centavos. What this means is that the single journey fare for the LRT 1 and 2 will still be 15 pesos with a maximum fare of 35 pesos. Train riders using stored value cards will see an increase of 2 to 6 pesos in fares. However, DOTR Secretary Jaime Bautista said that this increase will be deferred. He says President Bongbong Marcos had ordered to put off the fare hike to allow transportation officials to reevaluate its economic implications. In other news, 2 groups are flagging the Marcos government's supposed lack of intervention in the spread of the African swine fever. The Meat Importers and Traders Association says that there are no vaccines available to curb ASF and that the Philippines lags behind other countries when it comes to technologies against viruses that affect hogs. For its part, the Samahang Industriya ng Agrikultura questioned why the government is so strict with the local movement of pork products but lax with imports.
Well, African swine fever has been very difficult to eradicate. It took Spain 30 years to eradicate it after a lot of money and investment. China got ASF ahead of us. They're still grappling with it. So it's not that easy to eradicate. We don't have the investment capability. There is no vaccine. There's no medical intervention or veterinary intervention that is available to us right now. The only option is biosecurity, quarantine, and the like.
We're chasing our own tails. Kasi we've been imposing protocols sa movement ng baboy, biosecurity sa farms. Linggo-linggo or almost twice a month, nagpapatest ng mga hog raisers ng baboy kung may ASF o wala. Ang higpit-higpit natin sa local producers, movement ng baboy within municipalities, within provinces, within regions, but our ports are very open, untested. Ang lahat ng pumapasok na imported pork.
And still on agriculture, rice prices have gone up based on the monitoring of the Agriculture Department. DA Assistant Secretary Christine Evangelista did note, though, that the price hike is minimal. The agency had earlier said that the country's low volume of buffer stock signals the need to import. The DA also admitted that climate change is affecting the country's rice production. Evangelista assured rice farmers that they will continue to receive financial assistance.
Ang presyo po ng bigas ngayon ay nagva-vary. Depende po sa klase ng bigas. Meron po tayong nakikita sa mga palengke na regular milled na nasa 37 pesos, may 36 pa po. Nakikita natin sa palengke, hindi pa po ganun kalaki ang itinataas.
But Bantay Bigas spokesperson Kathy Estavillo said that these are all just band-aid solutions. She called on the government to prioritize irrigation and allocate more funds to food security.
May mga financial aid assistance na ibinibigay sa ating mga magsasaka pero napakaliit, no? Sir Ed, 5,000, 3,000 tapos ang nabibigyan pa ay yung ang beneficiary lang nito ay yung mga farmers na ang kanilang tinitil o sinasaka ay 2 hectares pababa. Band-aid solution dahil wala talaga siyang mismong malinaw na policy, malinaw na programa kung paano talaga matutulungan, kung paano talaga ma-appease o paano ano yung climate change, impact ng climate change sa ating mga magsasaka.
More stories still to come after this quick break. Stay with us here on One News. You're back on One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. War games between Philippine and American troops started today. Let's get the latest on the Balikatan 2023 exercises from Brian Castillo, who's joining us live from Mandaluyong. Brian, hi! How did the first day of Balikatan go?
Sean, the Philippines and the United States have once again reaffirmed their long-standing alliance as Balikatan exercises begin today. Filipino and American soldiers stand shoulder to shoulder as two forces kicked off this year's Balikatan, the annual joint military exercises. More than 17,000 troops will participate in the war games, which will be the biggest Balikatan in history. 12,200 American service members and 5,400 Filipino soldiers will train together to develop mutual defense capability and strengthen interoperability. Various military drills will be held across northern and central Luzon, including Palawan and Antique. Filipino soldiers will also have the opportunity to operate some of the world's best and most modern military equipment from America's arsenal. The AFP said that maritime security and coastal defense are the main focus for Balikatan 2023. This will be the first time that the Philippines and the U.S. forces will engage in live-fire exercises off the Sea of Zambales, where troops must attack and sink an old Navy vessel. There will also be combined joint logistics training over the shores of Subic and Casiguran bays. Both the U.S. and the Philippines reiterated that the largest Balikatan is not a response to territorial disputes in the West Philippine Sea. Neither are the war games an answer to China's aggression towards Taiwan. The two countries said that this may be considered as their contribution in promoting a peaceful, stable, and open relationships in the Indo-Pacific region. Sean, the Balikatan exercises 2023 will be held until April 28, which is expected to further strengthen the ties between the Philippines and the United States. Sean?
Thank you so much for that update. Reporting to us live from Mandaluyong, that was Brian Castillo. In other news, law enforcers have arrested two youth activists protesting the Balikatan drills. The rallyists were supposedly part of a group that suddenly appeared in front of the U.S. Embassy in Manila and threw paint at the signage and logo of the American State Department. The arrested activists could face charges of vandalism and violation of the Public Assembly Act. And here is a quick look at today's other top stories. Power rates will be going down this month. Meralco says that a household consuming 200 kilowatt hours per month will see about 24 pesos in savings from their bills. The power distributor attributes this to lower generation costs for the month of April. The country's unemployment rate held fast at 4.8% in February, but saw an increase in the actual number of jobless Filipinos. Fresh data from the Philippine Statistics Authority show that 2.47 million Filipinos were unemployed in February, which is higher than January's 2.37 million. National statistician Dennis Mapa explained that the unemployment rate remains steady despite an increase in the actual number of jobless Filipinos as more Pinoys join the workforce. The first tropical cyclone of the year continues to accelerate. Latest forecast track from Pag-asa shows Tropical Depression Amang moving westward, headed to the coast of Catanduanes. Signal number 1 is up over several parts of Luzon, eastern and northern Samar, and Biliran in the Visayas. One News Now will be back at 5:30 p.m. I'm Sean Yao. We are One News.